request to get new players to try the beta and to experience those fights, but I want to experience them in all their glory when they're difficult, hard, and they require skill to beat, or time, or real gear. Like this gear you're getting here, this is the G rank gear, probably, no doubt, but you can't gem it. And let's be honest, are you really going to use Legliana's helmet and her new gear set when you could farm the Elder Dragon at the end of the story in Iceborne and get his badass set? Probably not, right? So these sets are cool, but I want to see the Nargacuga set, the Tigrex set, the Glavenus set, and the list, and then Velkhana eventually, and the list goes on to what else we might be getting. I want to see those sets. I don't want to see Legliana, Anjanath. Bombero looks cool, I guess, but I'm not going to use it once I kill him. Like, once I kill Beatotus, Bombero becomes useless gear, because Beatotus comes after Bombero. So, it's the same thing in World, right? A lot of the gear sets in World, if you notice, became pretty irrelevant once you fought the next monster, because they had better gear. So, yeah, I'll kill Bombero, use his gear for one hunt, and then swap over to Bayo. There you go. So, I think they need to, if they're going to do this G rank ultimate type rank, there needs to be gear sets that matter for all fights, right? If it's like Monster Hunter World, where low rank and high rank gear becomes useless after one hunt, then the point of farming that gear set is pretty much pointless. Now, some people could say, well, Joy, you could use Anjanath's gear in Monster Hunter World and be just fine. And you're probably right, but when I could use Behemoth's gear in Monster Hunter World, Behemoth's gear just outshines everything in World right now. Like, 18 Organte gear looks cool, but unless I give a shit to go farm him, I don't care. I've got Behemoth's gear now. I've got the Draken gear. I don't care. So it's something to consider. I really hope they make all the G rank gear sets viable from this beta, and that they're all useful from beginning to end in some way or another. I also hope that and I kind of wish that Nargacuga or even Tigrex's gear was in this beta, because like I said, they're showing you 2 new gear sets here, which is nice of them, but let's be honest, do you really want to see another Baroth Reskins gear set? Not really, right? And you're going to replace it after one hunt. Do you want to see Beatotus' gear set? Well, I just showed you it, so not really anymore, right? It's novelty worn off. So now it's just Tigrex, Nargacuga, Glavenus if he's in, Kezu maybe if he's in, and Velkhana. That's 5 gear sets. And this is a $40 expansion. And I showed you the map in the Bombero fight, and the map looks good. And they say it's bigger than anything in World right now, so that means there's more to it. I did encounter, in the Bombero fight, I did encounter 2 X's on the map, so they probably extend to someplace else. But again, not being able to see Tigrex's gear, Glavenus' gear, Nargacuga, etc. in this beta, that's understandable. But at the same time, if you're not going to do that, make Tigrex a G rank fight, please. Make Bombero a G rank fight, not these low rank beta fights, because we all know why you're doing that. You're trying to get in new players to buy World, but you're trying to deceive them by making them buy Iceborne first, so that way when they buy Iceborne, they won't be able to play it because they have to have Monster Hunter World purchased first. So it's a deceptive practice on what Capcom's kind of doing. They want you to buy Iceborne by making it player friendly according to this beta, so everyone could try it and see if they like it. But if you don't do your research, guys, you have to still buy Monster Hunter World and beat the story in that game before you can even go to Iceborne when it releases. Like, you won't be able to go to the location of Iceborne until you beat the main story of Monster Hunter World. That's my review, though. I was not really impressed by this beta. It took us about an hour and 45 minutes to beat all the hunts. We started with Bombero, then we went to Tigrex, and then we went back to Jagras. But Jagras is an old monster from World, so he's not new. And that's kind of why I feel like they should have just put Nargacuga in there. But I can understand why they didn't. However, the fights are also low-rank fights, and they're not the true fights that you're going to be getting in Iceborne. So if you think these fights in the beta were too easy, you're absolutely right. They were too easy because they're low rank hunts. They'll be way higher hunts when the game comes out, and for good reason. Uh, they will be very difficult fights, and I don't think I don't think misleading a casual player base to these fights um, is the way to go about it. I think they need to experience those fights and how bad they're going to hurt, and I think that this beta should have done that. So, my review for Iceborne's beta, anyways, is a 5 out of 10. There are things I like with Iceborne, I'm still excited to play it, but I feel the deceptive practice that Capcom's trying to do with this beta, as well as the lack of real hardcore, high, those high rank fights that, and I showed you guys the mission setup. Like, let's go back. Let's go back. Let me leave the quest. Look at this. These are rank 2, 3, and 4, man. Like, these are not G rank. This is like Monster Hunter World entry level low rank fights. These are not. These two, anyways, will not be rank 3 and 4 quests in Iceborne. These will be super hard fights, especially Tigrex and beyond. Jagras is still a low rank fight, but that's Jagras, right? That's expected. But these two will be G rank fights. These things will one shot you if you're not careful. That's what's going to make it really fun. Um, but that's also for veteran players that have grinded and reached that area in the game. Uh, and I think this is deceptive. I think this quest level is deceptive, at least for these two, on what you can expect. Um, so yeah, 5 out of 10 for this beta. It took an hour and 45 minutes to beat. I got all the in-game, rewards or whatever. Hopefully Iceborne itself lives up to the momentum, but I don't think this beta displayed right now anyways, it has not displayed to me to go out and pre-order it for 40 bucks. I also think now again, this will change. Like I said, when these two quest ranks will change for these two monsters when Iceborne comes out, which will be good. And the Hoarfrost Reach is a great area. I love it. I'm not a big fan of snow maps, but Capcom pretty much nailed that area. Um, but for 40 bucks, and from playing this beta, you kind of expect that these fights are G rank fights, right? That these quests should be in their true glory state. And we only have about a month and a half, I think, until Iceborne releases, maybe 2. I could be wrong. I think David knows the exact time, but we have very little time before Iceborne releases. So these fights should be pretty much done at the G rank level. So that's kind of why I'm griping about it in this review for this beta, because with 2 months away, if that, right, these fights should be finished for the G rank difficulty. So that means that we should be fighting them in this beta at G rank, right? Jagras can still say low rank. I don't give a shit. He's from World, so he obviously when you encounter Jagras, he's like the first monster in the game. But these two fights, their G rank difficulties are done. You just don't get to play them in the beta, Bombero and Tigrex. So that's why I'm giving it a low review score. I want to experience those fights at their hardest level, at their hardest difficulty. Again, I understand why they're not doing that in the beta. They want many people to try the game, but they also are being deceptive. They want you to buy Iceborne, but at the same time, you won't be able to play Iceborne until you turn around and buy Monster Hunter World. So that's something you gotta research, guys. You gotta research. Capcom even said themselves that you cannot enter Iceborne until you beat Monster Hunter World Story and reach or Hunter Rank 16. So I'm saving you guys the trouble of doing the research in this review. Like, if you can go look it up, but I'm saving you guys some headaches later on if you were to buy Iceborne. You're like, why can't I play it? Why can't I access the content? You have to buy Monster Hunter World, bro. Oh shit, that was on sale like a week ago. Now it's 60 bucks again. Fuck, I gotta spend 100 bucks. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. So 5 out of 10 for this beta. I felt the fights were too easy, obviously, because I know they're not. I will still be giving Iceborne a shot, but I'm not gonna probably pre-order it until like the last month, right before it comes out, because I don't want animations and monsters being cancelled, and at the same time I want to see if they release like the gear sets, because they have the Monster Hunter wiki, so they usually update the gear sets, and more weapons to be unlocked and whatever, and maybe they'll reveal more monsters too. So within the close to launch period, they should be releasing more information, like the armor sets, what they look like, what can you expect from them, and so forth. I am excited though for Iceborne. I still am. I still am very excited for it, and I can't wait to play it. But at the same time, my recommendation would be pre-order it, like I'd say in the last month before it releases, or halfway through that month before it releases, just to make sure that it's something you want. It is pretty expensive. It's $40. That's not too bad. Most new games that come out are like from EA or something are 60, and you don't get a lot of content. You get more loot boxes than anything. So I do think Iceborne will be worth it. But I'm telling you, as a veteran player of World, that I was a little disappointed with World. I'm not gonna lie, and I prefer Generations Ultimate at times. Like, I haven't played a lot of it. I haven't played a lot of Generations Ultimate, but there are things in Ultimate that I kind of expect as a Monster Hunter fan, um, from World and Iceborne, that I think needs to come here. An example: when you hit the ice map in Ultimate, there's a lot of hardcore shit in there that is gonna fuck you up, and I expect that from Iceborne, no doubt. But these two quests are lying, deceptive practices. These are not how easy they should be, and these will be G rank quests. On top of that, again, you won't be able to play Iceborne unless you beat Monster Hunter World Story and have hit Hunter rank 16 at the end of the storyline in World. So that means you'll have to buy 2 games if you don't get World on sale right now. So if you just buy Iceborne thinking you can play it again, you will be fucked. So yeah, 5 out of 10 for Iceborne beta. Mine has been joy. Still look forward to Iceborne, but I have to be honest. I'm not gonna bullshit here and tell you that it's sunshines, roses, and daisies. If you want a guy that's a yes man reviewer and will tell you everything you want to hear and lie to your face, go watch anybody else. I'm here because I'm passionate about games, and I love, obviously, Monster Hunter quite a bit. I've uploaded lots of Arc Tempered fights on the channel before my data got, deleted or whatever, so I had to refarm behemoths and stuff, to prepare for Iceborne. But I love Monster Hunter, so I'm trying to do you guys the solid and speaking as a veteran player and being honest with you about my concerns for Iceborne and what I feel they did wrong with this beta. So, mine has been joy though, guys. Take care. I hope to see you in Iceborne. If you'd like to play Iceborne with me, we do have a clan on PS4. Just send me your PSN ID. I'll add you, and then we can all party up, and I'll send you a squad invite, and you're welcome to join the squad. I do stream on Twitch many games, but obviously when Iceborne comes out, I'm going fucking hard in Iceborne. So I'm gonna kill Velkhana. That's the plan. I'm gonna beat the story within the 12 hours if possible. And obviously I'll be using my glaive because I'm a glaive user. That's what I like to use. However, I might switch it up in Iceborne just to be a little bit varied. I've always used the glaive in World, and while I like the glaive, I've been debating about using a longsword again. So I do use the longsword in Generations Ultimate. I don't use the glaive in Ultimate. I use the longsword, and I used the longsword in World up until I discovered the glaive and fell in love with the glaive. So I've used several weapons in World: heavy bowgun, glaive, etc. And I like some of the weapons more than others. But I think I might use a longsword in Iceborne. We'll see. But mine has been joy. See you guys in Iceborne if I decide to pick it up. I'm still, like I said, I'm still on the fence, but I had to get this review out to warn you guys what to, prepare yourselves for and whatnot, and about some of the deceptive practices that I think are going on regarding this beta. It doesn't mean it's I'm not gonna sit here and bash Capcom entirely because at least they don't got loot boxes, but at the same time it's pretty fucked up. However, if you like World and you own World, then yeah, get Iceborne if you enjoyed this beta enough. I feel there wasn't enough here to satisfy my elitism, I guess you could say. So, take care guys, see you next time. I'm out.